What's up? I wanted to share with you something that has really made better my workflow for getting things set up for Sunday. And it's in regards to service automation and the way that I used to set things up. Well, I found a better way through watching one of Loop Community's videos some time ago. Anyway, so the way that I used to do it is I would program out automation. Like I might drag something here. I might, insert a MIDI clip and then, enter in my notes, etc., etc. And then I would take this clip, drag it over here to one of these MIDI tracks, like say this one. And then what I would do is I would access this clip, which I don't want that, so I'm gonna go ahead and delete that. But I would access that clip by heading over to an actual Ableton session that I've saved in this folder called Ableton Control. I have one called MIDI Lights Lyrics Ableton, and I would save all of those MIDI clips and access them in their respective tracks in the Ableton Live set within the project. And I would come over here, I'd click this drop down, and then I would drag in Sanctuary lyrics, and then bam, and you have all of the service automation for that song, for the lyrics specifically. But the problem with that is, what I found out over time is you got all these different songs, and it is a pain to have to look through these and find the one that you need. So man, it sure would have been nice to be able to just search for it. But let's take Sanctuary, for example, if I could spell. And you type it in, and it's not searchable. Like, I can't just type in the name of the song and it come up here. That just doesn't work that way for setting it up whenever you set it up that way. But I was watching a video from Loop Community, and they did something really cool. They did a little MIDI clip. They did whatever they wanted here with all of this stuff. And then let's just name it, say, test. And then bam. And then they could drag and drop it into really wherever. I'll just drag and drop it there, for example. And then that is 100%. So I could even delete it from here and say I wanted to find it again. And then bam, there it is. And so this just makes things way faster. Instead of me having to dig through menus, I don't want that, so I'm going to delete it. So instead of me having to dig through menus and submenus of submenus to find everything, it just makes it way faster to be able to just drag the MIDI clip into a pre-existing folder, and then it's 100% searchable. So I've already converted a bunch of our lyric automation cues into that type of a format. And so now let's say we're doing Graves into Gardens, and instead of me having to go through submenus of submenus, I can just type in Graves, and then bam, there it is. So it's just way faster. And I've even done this with, we have some MIDI automation cues that repeat often. Let me get rid of this to get a little more room on the screen. So like we do go to Ableton Control, kind of get rid of some of that stuff. So like this Sunday stuff. So like this, like Sunday welcome, for example, like we're repeating this every single week just about. So what I've done is I made the 3 cues that make this happen within ProPresenter. I used to have to go in and manually add 3 separate cues just to make one thing happen in ProPresenter, because it's got to call up a specific playlist, a specific presentation within the playlist, and then a specific slide within that playlist. And so it was 3 separate things just to make one thing happen multiple times in a service. And I'm having to do that every week. And I was like, hey, why don't I just, you can, so like I was having to add in all this stuff separately. So why don't I just select all this stuff, hit Command J, consolidate it, name it what I want, and drag it in over here. And so now it is 100%, which again, I don't want that, so I'm gonna delete it. But now it's 100% searchable, and I can just come up here to my search menu and type in Sunday service, and I want the one that's gonna call up this first sermon slide, and then bam, and then now I just put it anywhere in the timeline that I want, which isn't there. So I'm gonna delete that. But anyway, so this just has just really revolutionized my workflow and made things a lot better, and I wanted to share it with you. And if you like technology and automation and service stuff and churchy stuff, I thought you might find that helpful 2. Anyway, hope it helps you. And man, the thing that I'm super passionate about is helping you share your gift by overcome your greatest obstacle. I've got quite a few podcast episodes out at this point, and a lot of Instagram content, a few things over on TikTok. But anyway, I'd love to connect with you. If you've got a question about anything, just let me know. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And remember, take steps today to make tomorrow better.